Good Tuesday morning, July 7th, 2020. It's a good Tuesday because it's another day alive here on the beautiful planet Earth. I'm Guy McPherson of Nature Bats Last. You can find that at guymcpherson.com. And I'm going to bring, again, my daily updates and the indication of where the stock markets are headed this morning on July 7th, 2020. Okay, from late last night in the Washington Post, here's the headline: coronavirus relief loans benefited members of Congress, lawyer who represented Trump, and firms that reported creating no jobs. I thought that was the point of the whole show. From this morning, at NBC News, a grim July. U.S. sees 250,000 new coronavirus cases in just 5 days. And here's a quote from Dr. Anthony Fauci. The current state is really not good. 250,000 new cases, minimum 250,000 new cases. That's based on who gets tested, which is, I suspect, a relatively small proportion of the people in the United States. And no, that's not good. It's worse than expected, and it's going to get worse before it gets worse. And then it's really going to get worse. So hang on, folks. From BuzzFeed, some schools are now online only due to the coronavirus. ICE says their international students must leave the U.S. ICE is, of course, the United States, immigration unit that controls immigration. And so what this means is international students are only allowed into, some international students are only allowed in the United States if they're on campus. And since many campuses are going to be online only in the coming semester, to which I would add, if at all, then those students are not allowed to be in the United States anymore. They're not contributing to our economy, therefore they're not allowed. Immigration Customs Enforcement, I think that's what it's called. And from CNBC, investors should get into tech stocks at current levels, says D.A. Davidson's Tom Forte, or Forte, F-O-R-T-E. D.A. Davidson is a wealth management company, so of course they want you to get into tech stocks and any other stocks, even though tech stocks are at the highest level ever, and many stocks are at or near their highs. So of course the wealth management companies want you to give your money to them so that they can skim some off the bottom or the top or wherever they want to take it from. And a bunch of it goes into greasing the skids for the whole show that the stock market has become. Today, July 7th, 2020, Kevin Hester and I are going to interview filmmaker Jeff Gibbs at 3 p.m. Eastern. You can find it on the internet at prn.fm. That's PRN for Progressive Radio Network.fm. Just tune your internet dial to prn.fm by 3 p.m. Eastern time, and you'll catch the interview, the conversation between me, my co-host Kevin Hester from New Zealand, and Jeff Gibbs, who will be calling in from Michigan. He's the filmmaker most noted recently for the making of the film Planet of the Humans, supported by Michael Moore. And Gibbs is from Michigan, as is Moore, so they work together on this film. Okay, stock markets just opened in the United States. Dow Jones is down 180 points, 180 plus points at 9:30 a.m. right as the markets open. NASDAQ and S&P 500 are following suit. And again, the complete disconnect between the stock markets and reality is on full demonstration for anybody who cares to view. And again, to the extent that the stock markets represent industrial activity, the decline in the stock markets indicate a reduction in industrial activity. To the extent those two are correlated with each other, this is bad news for habitat for humans and many other organisms on the planet. So, whereas I'm no fan of the stock market, I know that the sociopaths benefit from it far more than you and me, especially those of us who have no money in the stock market. But I also recognize that to the extent that the stock market is an indicator of industrial activity, that it's really terrible because industrial activity destroys the planet. And I know that a reduction of industrial activity destroys the planet even faster due to the loss of aerosol masking. So, screw it if we do, screw it if we don't. My message for a long time has been to do what you love. If you love listening to radio, tune in to 3 p.m. Eastern today to prn.fm as Kevin Hester and I have a conversation with filmmaker Jeff Gibbs.